Hi guys, this is Homestead Dad again. A couple of weeks back when we sold 8 of our sheep, I had been leaning over the fence trying to get some feed out of this barrel over here, and the top hot wire of the fence snapped. Let me see if I can show you. Let me drop this right here. You can see it's not connected. I think one of the kids probably put it in down there. It wasn't on at the time, so I didn't get shocked or anything, but I'm going to start letting the sheep that we have left and the cows out on that pasture over there. And the sheep don't pay much attention to the electric fence with the string out there, but the cows do. So I need to get this fixed so I can turn the fence back on. So let's get this fixed. So in order to complete this job, I've got my fencing pliers and some electric fence wire. And all I've got to do is connect from where it snapped back to the fence, I'm not sure what to call it, where the gate comes in. It's a connector. So I'll show you that closer up in a second. So here's the connector I'm talking about. All it is a metal piece that screws into the wood post, and then it has an insulator, and then it has a metal piece that goes through from one side to the other. So for this, the gate can attach onto it like this, and then it sends because it's insulated here, it still sends the electricity through to this side, so it completes the loop. So what I'm going to do is take this right here, grab out an end of it, and I'm just going to simply loop it on here. Give myself some extra leeway, because eventually I'll probably have to fix it again. And I'm just going to twist it on here so it makes good contact and it's solid on here. And then I'm going to roll this out to the other side, and we'll keep moving on down. Now that I've got it connected here, I just roll it on out, and it would be easier. Oh, it'd be easier if I hadn't looped it underneath one of these. Now that I have it connected there, I just need to roll this out, thread it through the insulators, and if you're doing this and you're doing a lot of fence, you can run a long screwdriver through here so it just spins a lot easier. I'm just doing a quick little piece here, so I didn't manage to do that. Okay, so now I need to cut it to length. Let's move the camera to do that. What I'm going to do is take these fencing pliers, cut off the section that had snapped, and then mend the two pieces together. And simply what fencing pliers are is they've got a hammer edge for hammering in fencing staples. They've got this curled pointed end for prying out staples. They've got these two for cutting wire, which I'll be using right now, and then you can use this for clamping and twisting and stuff like that. So they're pretty handy if you're going to do any amount of fencing. They're great to have. So let's take this piece right here, and it's all marled up to here. So I'm just going to bring it up here and cut it off. So in order to mend these, I'm going to cut this back here like that. I'm going to make a loop in this one here. I'm going to tighten this one around here as much as I can and make a loop here. So it's nice and tight. And then I'm just going to do like I did before. I'm going to twist it around and make a decent contact. And I've given myself enough room here that if I didn't tighten it up enough, or if I've got it too loose, if I've got it not tight enough, I've got plenty of room to fix it, to make up for my mistakes. So get this done, and then we'll put the wire back on to electrify it, give it a test, and we'll be good to go. So in order to get the electricity from the fence charger to the fence wire, you need to take a hot wire like this from the fence charger and get it onto the electric wire. So what we've got here, this is partially coated so that if somebody were to touch this, they don't get electrocuted. The electricity only comes out here, or you can only access it from here. So I'm just going to loop it back around here, and we should be in business. Let's see how I did this here. So we've got good contact there. Now we'll test it. We'll plug it in, and we'll have Homestead Boy number 2 touch the wire to see if it's electrified. He's standing behind. Ooh, I can hear it. Yeah, it's on. It's electrified. Let me find a stout piece of grass. This is my favorite way to get electrocuted. Well, I'm gonna go get my fence tester before I get electrocuted myself, so I'll be right back. So this is a fencing voltage tester. You can just buy it from Tractor Supply, and what you do is you take this end, it's got a spike on it, you put it in the ground, and you hook this end onto the fence. So it just goes as simple as this. Hook it into the ground, and then I hang it on here. And what I'll do is I'm gonna hang it on here, and I'm going to show you guys closer up what it looks like. Okay, I had gotten this all connected. It should have been working. I got the tester out here, and it wasn't charged up at all. So what I did was I walked the perimeter of the whole fence, and over there, all the way just past that, the hut over there, a bird must have landed on the electric wire. And when birds land on it, they don't get shocked because they're not grounded. But this one must have landed on the wire and been heavy enough to get the wire touching the field fence. So the field fence then touches the ground, so it grounded out the whole fence. So it wasn't working. So now let me show you what the tester looks like. See how it flashes every time. It flashes every time it goes, and you can see actually all the way up to the top it's charged up. So the fence is good to go. In the meantime, I removed some of the temporary fence over there, so I'm going to take you guys over there. We're going to get that set up, and then we're going to let the animals in. So the whole idea behind pastured beef or poultry or anything is to give them a little bit of pasture at a time. And what Joel Salatin really talks about is moving them every day. Well, I don't have time for that with kids and homeschool and stuff like that, or I don't make time for it, whatever you want to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a section here. It'll probably be, I don't know, 30 or 40 feet wide. And I'll let them eat that down, and then I'll move them over another section. So earlier in the summer, I'd split this whole area into 3 sections. I think now I'm going to split it into maybe 5 or 6. And maybe, depending on the weather, this first one will start growing back by the time they get to the last one. And then once it's all done growing, we'll put them on hay. So let's get that wire out so we can get them in here on fresh grass. And I'm just kind of eyeballing how far I think I need to be before it'll sag too much. And I've got a couple different kinds of fence posts like this, the temporary fence posts. I really prefer these black and white ones. I think they're $2 if you get them from Tractor Supply. I got some other all white ones. They just don't seem to work as well. I'm just trying to make sure I keep these relatively taut. Like I said, I've kind of learned that the sheep aren't going to pay much attention anyway, so I'm not going to freak out about, pardon me, how far down I get it, because I don't think the sheep are going to pay attention anyway. They're just going to go underneath it. What did I do here? Oh, I crossed them up. And that was a mistake. Let me fix that. And that's the other nice thing about these posts is that they're really easy to clip in. And kind of cinch down on the tabs they have. So as I'm going to walk back here, I'm just going to look and see if any of these look like they're, or any of the weeds look like they're touching, and it would short it out, because then I'd have another problem again. And I don't want to pull too hard on that post, because then I'll loosen up the section that I just did. So it's kind of a little balancing act of making sure you've got it tight enough, but not so tight that you pull back on the fence. And I have a handled roller for the larger amount of fence that I have. This one's just on a, I don't know what you call this right now. My mind's not working, but I've got one that cranks so you can crank everything out. But I don't have that out here right now, so. I'm going to try to figure out how to loop this on here so it stays like that and doesn't contact anything. So, we got that. Let's show you how to charge it up. So you can see this strand here got loosened up a little bit when I pulled the post over and tightened it up. So what I try to do sometimes is just loop it around here an extra time and see if that'll work. And eventually they'll eat enough of this where I don't have to worry about the grass contacting with the wire and it shorting out. But right now we look pretty good. Let me take you over and show you. So to make contact on this end, this is all I've done is let's see if I can get it, is I've looped it around this fence wire here, so it makes good contact. Let me go show you how I did, or how I'm going to do the other side. Let's see if she realizes that it's open up. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on, big girl.
Are we just going to leave it open?
So I gave them, I think it's about 33 feet wide. I don't know if you can see where the fence line is here. Yeah, from here over to there. It's a little bit more than 30 feet wide. So with the 2 cows and the 4 sheep, the sheep don't eat that much, which is why I'm not that worried about them going under the fence and eating the other parts of the pasture, because they won't affect it that much. But the 2 cows, I'm guessing it'll take them, I'm hoping it'll take them 2 weeks. We'll see how long it ends up taking them, and we'll just adjust from there how often I have to do this. But hopefully this will save me from having to start giving them hay until, if I'm lucky, mid-November, if not later. So, but they're obviously happily munching away on fresh grass, and life is good. So, got the fence fixed. Took a little bit longer than I had thought, because I ended up doing some rotational grazing stuff while we did it, but that's what happens. one project turns into another, which turns into another. So this is Homestead Dad again. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed anything on this video or find me somewhat amusing, please consider subscribing, liking, or commenting. It really helps the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much, and we'll see you guys next time.
Dad, would yours or...
I don't know if you can hear her through my microphone, but she's happy.